Hey everyone, welcome back to Roadside Coder and welcome to the 14th video of our MERN Stack Tutorial Series. And in today's video, we are going to create my profile functionality for the user. We are also going to create the functionality for user to update its profile by updating name or email or even its profile picture. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I've opened our node zipper folder over here. So let's go to our terminal and start our app by typing npm run dev. So here we go, our app has started. Let's quickly go on and log in. So for example, I'm gonna go on and log in with John. And there we go. And you can see over here, the nodes functionality that we have created in our previous video is over there. All right, so what do we want? We want, when we click on this name or on this drop down, we want to go to my profile and we want to see. First of all, I can see over here, it's written Piyush over here, but the user logged in is John Doe. So let me fix that first. And after that, we're gonna click on this button and the user profile should appear. So we're gonna create that in this video. So let me first go and fix that real quick. So inside of our header component, there it is. It should be user dot name, but I believe user is not over here. Okay, it's over here. User log, user info dot name. Now let's check. Yep, there we go. John Doe's name is appearing over here. Now let's start developing our my profile route in our backend. So I'm gonna close all of these tabs and go to backend. And inside of our server.js, as you can already see, we have created our users endpoint /API/user. So I'm gonna go inside of our routes and I'm gonna create a new route. So the route will be for /profile. And it's going to be a post request. Also, it's going to be protected. And the place it's going to go is update user profile. So if you don't remember, this protect is for so that only the user that is authorized can only update its profile. So that is why we are putting it over here. All right, quickly let's go on and create our controller. So inside of our controllers, user controllers, I'm gonna go over here and create a new controller. It's const user update profile. Let me take async handler from up here. All right, looks good. Let me export this. Also receive it over here. Just like that. All right, basic setup is done. I think there's some problem. Protect is not defined, obviously. We haven't imported protect. There we go. Now let's go on and create the functionality. So what are we going to need from the user, from the front end? First of all, we're going to need its user ID. So user was update find by ID. So by the way, where will this ID be coming from? It will be coming from this protect middleware. So the user that is logged in, only that particular user can update his profile because he is not update other users profile. So request.user._ID. So now we're going to find if this user exists, then we're going to perform few actions, and those will be taking the parameters from our request.body. So we're going to need the name, email, picture, and password. So user.name will be request.body.name. But if user has not sent it, then what are we going to do? We're just going to put this. Just like this. Similarly, we can do this for email and picture as well. Email and pic. Great. Now what's remaining? Our password. So we're gonna see if the body is containing the password, request.body.password. If that's the case, only then we are going to update it. User.body, because we don't want to expose our password to the user or any other potential harmful people. Request.body.password. Now we are going to save this. So const updated user will be await user, and we're going to save it, user.save. All right, once it's saved, once this operation is completed, we are going to send the information to the front end. So response.json. What will the JSON contain? It will contain the ID. So updated user dot underscore ID, and all of the other stuff, which will be name, email, pic, token. So name, oops, I forgot commas, email, pic, token, and I'm going to stop it. Okay, so token will generate the token. So what's going to do? Just like previously, we're going to generate the token by using our function and passing our ID. So updated user dot underscore ID. Great, I think this should do it. Also, if the user doesn't exist, we're gonna throw the error. So else response dot status 404 error, that is user not found. So throw new error, user not found. Great, so this was our backend functionality. Let's quickly go on to our Postman and test it out. Here it is. So inside of our user and auth folder, I'm going to create a new request. So add request, let's name this post /API/users /profile. Oops, profile. I'm going to take this. And just like that. So it's going to be a post request. So I'm going to make it post. Also, we're going to need the bearer token. So I'm going to provide it the bearer token. So we're going to log in the user. So this is the user that's currently logged in. Okay, so this is the registration API. This is the login API. So I'm going to log in John. All right, great. John is logged in. And let me take the token, that is this token, and put this right over here. All right, there we go. Now let's try to update the user profile. So I'm gonna put this JSON name. So currently the name is John Doe, right? DOE. Let's try to do this John Doe. So now let's try to update the name. So let's send it. And as you can see over here, we have got it as updated. If we want to update anything else, for example, our email. So currently it's JOHN. So I'm going to put JON. Let's try to send it. Yep, you can see it has been updated. Let me revert it back. Make it back. Yep, there we go. Let's see if the John Doe has been updated in our front end or not. Let me refresh it. Okay, I think it's not been updated because it's stored in our local storage. Also, after logging out, we can see this error, cannot read property name of undefined. So we have to make this optional. So you should always do optional chaining in case like these by putting question mark over there. And now it's good. Yeah, let's try to log in. Okay, also over here, you can see when the user is not logged in, even then it's showing the name and stuff like that. So we don't want this. So let's fix this real quick. So we don't want all of this. So we're gonna check if user info has something. Then we're gonna display this. Otherwise, we are going to put a nav over here and a nav link, which will take us to the login screen. So this will take us to login and /login. Let's see if it's fine or not. Yep, there we go. It's going to take us to login. All right, great. Only when the user is logged in, it's going to work. So let me log in as John. All right, great. Our name has been updated, as you can see over here, John Doe. Great. Let's start creating this functionality in our front end. So first of all, I'm gonna go and create the constant for it. So inside of our front end, inside of src and constant, I'm going to create the user profile constant or user update constant. So let me duplicate this. User update. All right, there we go. Next, we are going to create our reducers. So inside of our user reducers, I'm going to duplicate this. And this is going to be user update reducer. And all of these. So user update reducer. Let me import this. All right, now what is it going to do? So first of all, when it's going to request, the loading will be true. Yep, that's right. Otherwise, the loading will be false, and user info will be action.payload, and success will be true. When the user profile has been successfully updated, so success will be true. Otherwise, success is going to be false in our failure. All right, that looks good. Let me just go on and add it to our list of reducers in our store. So user update will be user update reducer, just like that. Let's check in our application if this store has been created, this state has been created or not. Let me refresh the app, and in the side of our states, yep, there we go. User update, yep, there we go. There it is. All right, let's go on and create our action. So inside of our actions and user actions, we are going to create a new actions right over here. So export const update profile. It's going to have a user variable, which is going to be the ID of the user. Also, after this, we're going to have an async function which will contain our dispatch and our get state. Oops, not get salt, get state. So let me quickly create this, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen inside of it. All right, there we go. I've created it. Let me import our constants first of all, just like that. Also, this user is not going to contain only the ID. It's going to contain all of the stuff like name, email, and it's going to be basically an object. So that will be passed to our backend. So let me explain this step by step. So first of all, we are firing off our dispatch of user update request, which will set the loading to true. After that, we are taking out our user login information from our get state so that we can verify it and check if the user that is currently logged in only has the authorization to update its profile or not. All right, so, and after that, we're going to create a config inside of which we're going to set content type application/JSON, since we are passing the JSON data to the backend. Also, we're going to pass on our bearer token, which will be coming from user info that we took out from our get state. And finally, we are going to make the API call to /API/user/profile. We're going to pass the user object and our config, which we created over here. So don't worry about this user object. I'm going to pass it from our profile page, which I'm going to create in just a second. So after this is successful, so if this fails, it's going to go to our catch, and then it's going to throw the error user update failed. Otherwise, it's going to be successful over here, and it's going to call user update success, which will make the loading false, and will populate the user info and set the success to true. And also, we're going to call user login success. So we're going to make the user login again so that all of its data gets updated. And finally, we are going to store all of the information that we got back from this data into our local storage and update our local storage. All right, great. So this was the reducer side of things. Redux side of things. Let's go on and create the page for our profile page. So inside of our screens, I'm going to create a new folder, profile screen. And inside of it, I'm going to create a new file, profile screen.js. FC, let me put some boilerplate code. So profile, yep. Also, we need to create the route in our app.js. So I'm gonna create the route, let's say right over here. So it's going to be /profile. Profile screen. Yep, just like that. Let's test it out. Let's go to my profile. Oh, oops, so we haven't set this link yet. So let me go on and set this link also. Inside of our header, yeah, my profile will be /profile. Let's check it out now. Yep, there we go. Our profile is displaying over here. Great, now let's go on and create the UI for this page. Also, I can see over here, use effect is not defined. Let's go to our landing page. Okay, so let's make this uncommented for now since our app is working fine. So what's going to happen is if user is not logged in, it's going to push us. I mean, if user is logged in, it's going to push us to our My Notes page. Unexpected use of history. Okay, let's take the history out. I believe it should work now. Yep. Let's go to our landing page. Yeah, it's working fine. It's pushing us back to our My Notes page. All right, let's go on and create our My Profile page now. Profile screen. So first thing first, we are going to import our main screen component, and it's going to take a title, which let's give edit profile. Oops. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Edit profile is over here, and inside of it, we're going to create a div, inside of which we are going to create few rows, or I should say inside of a row, we're going to create few columns. So this row, let me import this row. I believe, yeah, it's not imported. Import it from React. Yeah, just like that. And inside of it, let's create a column. So call. Let me import this call, and let's import other things as well that we are going to need, so that we don't have to come back over here. So we're going to need the button and the form. All right, great. Also, our row is going to have a class name of profile container. We're going to provide it a few minimal styles. All right, so also I'm going to need another column. So what's going to happen is in this screen, the right portion of the screen is going to contain the profile picture, and the left portion will contain all of the rows for updating our profile. So this column is going to be MD6. In the medium, it's going to cover the 6 space, and let's say our form will go over here, and inside of it, our profile pic. Let's test it out. Okay, there we go. Our screen has been divided into 2 parts, form and profile pic. So for this column, I'm going to give this some styles. Style of display, flex, align items to center, and justify content to center. So the profile pic should appear in the middle. I'll import. So I am thinking, let's just quickly go on and import all of our Redux stuff. Let's quickly go on and import our user stuff from the Redux. Let me write this logic real quick, and I'm going to explain what's going to happen. All right, there it is. So I'm importing a few things from the Redux. First of all, I'm taking the dispatch, which will be helpful for us for calling our functions. Also, we're taking our user login state from the Redux. So why are we taking this? So with the help of user login state, we are going to autofill all of our fields inside of our form. I'm going to explain it as we go on and create our forms, and also our user update will be helpful after we have updated our state. So let's move on, and let's display our profile pic over here. So I'm going to use an img tag. So this pic will be coming from our use state that we are going to create over here. So let's create our use states. I'm going to create all of our states over here. First one will be for name, second for email. Yeah, so all of these are the state that we are going to use for our name, email, picture. For password, we're going to confirm password twice so that user doesn't enter a wrong password, or I mean, he remembers the password that he enters, and this pic message to display the error or loading. All right, great. There shouldn't be any error now. Yep, it's working absolutely fine. So now let me just create this form real quick. Here it is. I've created the form. Let me explain real quick what's going on over here. First of all, let me remove this submit handler. We don't have the submit handler yet. Also, it's going to give us errors because we haven't imported all of these forms from React Bootstrap. So let me just, okay, I have imported. So what's going on over here? Error message is not defined. Post details is not defined. Yep, because they are not yet being received by us. So let me just comment them out. Okay, let me first explain you. So this is a normal form that we created in our other video for notes. So just like that, we have created a form group for our name, and we already have a state. So on change, it's going to update the state. Also, it's going to be a controlled input. So I have put value equal to name. Second one will be form group for our email, and just like that, we are changing our email state. For password, for confirm password. And let me remove this. Okay, we haven't imported this error message component. So if there will be an error in the pic, we are going to throw this error. So for now, I'm going to comment it out. We're going to uncomment it when we're going to need it. Also after that, yep, there we go. We are uploading our profile picture, and this post details you might remember that I've created earlier. So let me bring this in from our register screen. So this was the one, yep, profile post details. This contains all of the logic for updating our or uploading our picture. So this will upload our picture to Cloudinary. I'm gonna write it just over here. That should fix the error for now. Yeah, I believe it did. Yeah, it did. So you can see our form has a form is appearing over here. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, there were we have created a pic uploading component over here, and after that we have created a button for submitting our form. So this was all for the form that we have to create. Now let's import this error message component from our components. So import from component slash error message, just like that. So we need to import this now. There we go. I'm gonna just put it over here. I hope this should work. Yep, I believe it's working. Yep, it's working. All right, so now we have to display our profile picture right over here. So what's going to happen is whenever we click on this page, this name, email, and our password, not the password, but our picture, name, and email, they should all be auto-populated with the information that of the user that is currently logged in. So how are we going to achieve that? We are going to create a use state for that. I mean use effect for that. Use effect. What are we going to write inside of this use effect? First of all, we're going to check if the user is logged in. So if there's something inside of the user info, this object, then, I mean, if there's nothing inside of this user object, we're going to push it back to our home page. So history.push to /route. So this history is not defined yet. So const history will come from use history hook of React Router DOM. Just like that. Also, we have to put the history in the list of dependencies. All right. So if that's not the case, then what are we going to do? Else, we're going to populate it. So set name will be user info dot name, just like for email and picture as well. So email, this has to be small e, and pic, just like that. And if the user info changes, then it's going to fire this off again. Let's check it out. Yeah, there we go. Our profile picture is right over here, and our name, email, and yeah, basically name and email has been populated. Let's go back and come back to this page. Click on my profile. Yep, there we go. Great, our first step has been created. Now let's go on and implement our update user functionality. So that's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to create a submit handler. First of all, let me minimize this function. It's taking a lot of space. So just below this, I'm going to create a submit handler. And this function will be called inside of over here, our form. So on submit, we're going to call submit handler. It's going to take an event which will prevent it from refreshing, prevent the page from refreshing. Now we're going to call our update profile function or action. So dispatch, and inside of it, we're going to call our update profile action. What is it going to take? It's going to take the name, email, password, and picture, just like that. Also, before doing this, we have to check if password is equals to confirm password. Only then we are going to move forward. So let's go on and try this out. So John Doe, I'm going to put it John Doe again and click on update. Oh, we forgot to add the loading logic. So let me do that real quick. All right, so I've added the loading error message functionality inside of it, and also success. If it succeeds, then it's going to show updated successfully. Let me import this loading component first of all. So from our components, whoops. Yeah, it should work now. Let's check it out. Let's put John Doe and click on update. It's loading. Unexpected token J at position 0. Oh, so I haven't given this curly braces over here, so there should be an object that should be passed to that. Now let's go on and try again. So if I put John Doe and click on update, there we go. Our profile has been updated successfully, but there's something weird going on over here. So the profile picture has gone. Let's rectify this error. Oh, I got it. It must be inside of our backend. So inside of our backend controllers. Yeah, there it is. See, it should be pic, not the ID. I've mistakenly set it the ID. All right, cool. This should work now. Let's go on and try this again. Fingers crossed. So let me first log out and log in. There we go. We are inside of the app and inside of my profile. Let's go John Doe and press enter. Yeah, there we go. Updated profile successfully. If we try to update our profile picture, let's try to add the profile picture and click on update. Yep, there we go. Our profile has been updated successfully. Hey everyone, so I was editing the video right now and I noticed that I haven't added this profile screen.css in our project. So what do you need to do now? Just go to profile screen and import profile screen.css after creating a profile screen.css file, and just go inside of it and add these styles. So what these styles are doing, it basically it is providing a few styles to our profile picture, a little bit style to our profile container, and over here I'm adding a media query to make it responsive. So what it's doing is it's making the flex direction from from row to column. So that's all. Alright, great. So we have successfully created our user profile functionality, and with this our app is finally completed. So give yourself a pat in the back if you have followed this series from the very beginning and managed to finish it. And now in our next video we're going to take this app and deploy the backend and front end, the whole full stack application in the Heroku. Then you're going to have a URL like this, for example nodezipper.herokuapp.com, just like this. So stay tuned for the next video. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, I've created a buy me a coffee link. So buymeacoffee.com/roadside coder. You can go to this URL and you can buy me a coffee, or you can take a membership. Inside of the membership, you get 1 hour of video conferencing with me. You can discuss your doubts and stuff. And I'm going to provide you some free resources as well. So recently, Leung Chen Yat has supported me. So big ups to you. And you're going to get some free resources in this post section. So if you're interested, you can go on to this URL and support me. Link will be in the description. And also subscribe to the channel for more such awesome videos. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.